Food and wine's a huge part of down here, and being on the coast, I think I've fallen in love with all of it. I do feel like I grew up down here. Although I was born in Perth and went to school in Perth, every single summer and for large periods of time was spent down here. Hanging out at the Cullen Vineyard, and they often got a lot of people involved with winemaking. We'd all get our kit off and jump in the ferments and squish the grapes. I would have been as young as sort of 5, 6, 7 years old around that. Towards the later years of high school, there was this sort of low-key pressure coming at me to join the family wine business. And I was told, well, winemakers in the business, so go be a winemaker, which I thought was funny because at the time I was just sucking at school really badly, and I was asked to do chemistry, which is one of my least favourite subjects. Went to ECU to do a marketing and business degree. I finished that and loved it, and that sort of started a pathway for me working in sales and marketing. It all started when I did my first vintage in 2012. And I was young, green, didn't know much about actually the production of wine, and I did a full harvest, which was about sort of 4 months, and in that 4 months I learned so much about wine and just fell in love with it. Following the natural wine movement in Melbourne and Sydney, I sort of joined it all together and realised there was a small gap in the market for natural wines that weren't faulty and weren't rough, and that were well made. And that gave me the idea for Montu. And just making incremental improvements to the wines every single year. And each year they got better and better, and now they're great. They're awesome wines. I'm really proud of them. They're really delicious. I'd be proud to put them on any table, and they go like the clackers. It's awesome. I think the overarching philosophy of Howard Park is to continue to make small batches of wine that are high quality, that tell you where they're from, that are delicious drinks. You can never get to perfection. You can only make little incremental gains each year. And I think if we can continue to do that, we'll be happy and we'll be proud of what we put on the table. My name's Richard Burch, and I'm the sales director at Howard Park.